Hey guys, welcome to step 4, contingencies. So congratulations, your offer has been accepted. Now what? Well, there's a couple contingencies that are in real estate purchase agreements that cover you, the buyer, and give you some protection that allows you to get your earnest money deposit back should something pop up that's not to your satisfaction. First and foremost is the home inspection contingency. So if you find something in your home inspection that scares you, maybe you come back and the rate on gas is really high in this home, and you're like, oh, I am not going to live there. You inspect the sewer line going out to the street and you find it's collapsed and the seller's not willing to do anything to repair it. Again, you get to walk away and keep your money. You lose the cost of a home inspection, but you get to keep all that earnest money deposit, which is much more substantial. So if something came up and we cannot negotiate a resolve for you and the seller, then you walk away and you keep your earnest money. Another contingency, lending. So there is a contingency based upon the fact that we are able to finance this home. So we have a failure to finance, such as the home does not appraise for value. If for some reason in the 11th hour you had a job loss and you can't perform anymore, well, those are things that allow us to get your earnest money back and let you move on with things. Now, you're going to miss out on some money because, again, you've paid for a home inspection at this point, and you might have paid for an appraisal at this point, but it is what it is. At least we get to keep the bulk of the money in your pocket and let you get on with things. Now, be mindful, in the appraisal contingency, if we write an escalation clause, if we write an appraisal guarantee, we are waiving that portion of the contingency. So we can't walk away anymore if the home does not come into value. You do not get to keep your earnest money if the home doesn't come into value. We have written in a contingency of our own, but basically says we're going to give X number of dollars above appraised value, that we paid X number of dollars above the highest bona fide offer. So we've created a separate entity to that contract. If done properly, part of the contract is going to be crossed out, and that verbiage is going to be put into a separate addendum that clearly states the intention of us, the buyer. Again, this is a lot to take in. Be glad to give you more detail, but contingencies are important when it comes to real estate. Lastly, of course, there is a deadline contingency. We usually give a close by date, close on or before a certain date. Now, usually if we can't meet that date, it's a simple extending of the contract. It's not a big deal. But remember, there are sellers who need to close in order to buy, so they might want to hold your feet to the fire when it comes to that close by date. And again, this is all information that we can talk about in further detail. So if you have any questions regarding contingencies, feel free to reach out to me. Thanks.